Te. Mary. Hello, good morning. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of More Mary. I am your host, Miss Mary Lou. We're getting it right out of the way up front. Welcome back to the Miss Mary Lou channel. It's always so wonderful when we hang out and have a cuppa together. It's just a lovely time. Who am I kidding? I'm a unicorn today. I have a headache. Today, I am doing an episode all about how to combat bedrest boredom. Whether you're ill in some way, have an injury that forces you to be stuck in bed or on the couch, how do you not get bored and how do you still live a fulfilling life? Headache Mary is just hilarious. So I have some wonderful tips for you today about how to live and do things when you're stuck on your butt, like me. Stuck on your butt, like me, like me. I even wrote it down in my handy dandy notebook. But before we move on to that, if you're not subscribed to the Miss Mary Lou channel already, you are seriously missing out. Please hit the red subscribe button below and the little notification bell so you know when I upload. La 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 la. All right, so how to combat bedrest boredom. Tip number 1, rest. If you're on bed rest, there's probably a good reason for it. And I know it's nice to think about going around and doing all these things, but those are exhausting. It's okay to just close your eyes, relax. My favorite thing to do as of recently, as I rest, is to take Marsha, my handy dandy sock buddy, who is a sock filled with rice that I 100% drew a cat face on with little feet. It's fine. And I will put Marsha in the microwave for about a minute and she heats up and I put it on my neck. Sometimes asleep, sometimes I don't, and that's okay as long as my body is just resting. Number 2. Podcasts and audiobooks. Podcasts and audiobooks. Wow, what a wonderful world. It's a little bit of a more passive form of consuming art. It's just the best. I don't listen to many audiobooks, I must admit, but I do know that there are some super good ones out there. But as far as podcasts go, I have a mini list for you of the podcasts that I have been super into. Harry Potter and the Sacred Text, Snap Judgment, and last of all, you've heard me talk about this one, the Mustards Podcast. Those are my top 3 podcasts, right? Meow. I hope it helped you out. Number 3. Reading. If you are feeling up to engaging in something visual, which I know is really hard sometimes, especially since I have trouble with things like brain fog and chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, it's just a lot. So if reading isn't something that you're up for, definitely I recommend the audiobook route. It's a wonderful way to engage. But if you are up to reading, it's great. I just reread old favorites over and over again. I know some people don't like to do that, but I really do. I find such comfort in reading stories that I just adore and reliving them like it was the first time. You know, I've done this a million times with the Harry Potter series. I don't need to talk about that too much. The series that I'm rereading through again now is actually The Lord of the Rings, and I just adore it, which was kind of like the Harry Potter for my parents' generation. I mean that in the best way. Wow. Especially if you're having kind of a rough time dealing with whatever situation is currently on your lap. Revisiting old favorites especially is a really, really wonderful way to get you back in the right headspace. Number 4, start a project. So more specifically, start a low stress passion project. Now, of course, this is only if you are feeling up to it. For me, I have my lovely tea parties with you here on YouTube that I just love, and I have the time to do them because I have the opportunity to rest as I need to. So just make sure you're able to pace yourself, schedule breaks if you need to, and I have my new if you didn't know, Jacob and I have a new podcast called PositiviTea, Good Vibes by the Spoonful. It's actually been really wonderful timing because not only is it something really fun to work on with my favorite person in the world, but also it's really centered around positive thinking, which is a really good thing to have in my life, right, meow? If you want to hang out for those tea parties, they're every Thursday on the channel now in video format, and they're on most podcast platforms. Add some positivity to your weekly routine. Now, I'm not saying that you have to start a YouTube channel, that you have to start a podcast or something that requires equipment. In fact, you can just, if you wanted to do a podcast and you don't have like nice microphones like I do since I'm a voice actor anyway, you can totally just record it on your phone. Just sit in like a quiet place with lots of blankets around you and you'll be fine. But there are lots of other things that you want to do. Have you always wanted to know how to cross stitch, how to knit, to do anything in the kind of like crafting realm of things? Or have you always wanted to tie flies? Who knows? Collect different recipes to make for when you're feeling better and you make like a Pinterest wish list of all of the delicious baked goods and home cooked meals. And especially with things like projects, I like to do things that involve looking forward to the future, looking forward to filming coming up, looking forward to next week's podcast, looking forward to the release of the episodes, looking forward to seeing your crafting project come to life and enjoying the journey along the way. Number 5, have a tea party. You know this was gonna find its way in there somehow. If you're feeling up to company, seeing humans is important if you can, even if it's your husband, a friend, just like a person. Tea is optional, but like it's less fun without tea, so I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. Human interaction is not to be underestimated, especially being with people that love you. It can be really easy to kind of cut yourself off from the world and you're like, oh, well, I'm going through this thing, and it can be easy to remove yourself. That's kind of my body's natural reaction when I'm going through things, is to isolate myself. But let me tell you, seeing people that love you, just sitting and chatting, having a cuppa can make a huge difference. And if you are having a really, really hard time with a life experience that you're going to that's forcing you to be in bed, please seek help. Reach out to someone who can help you get the help that you need, because you are such a wonderful person and you are worth it. You deserve it. You are loved and you matter, okay? Okay. So I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips to help combat bed rest boredom. Thank you so much to Beverly Misadventure on YouTube for suggesting this video idea. I, of course, am looking for videos that I can do in bed, on the couch, that's a little bit easier for me while I am going through this. So if you have any video ideas that are a little bit more low-key for me that I can handle right now, please put them in the comments below, as well as any other tips you might have, things that make you happy when you can't be oot and a boot. Give me all your best stuff, friends, because we could all use a little extra love sometimes, you know? That's it for our tea party today. I really hope that you got something out of this. And last and most important of all, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you on Tuesday. Hello, thank you again so very much for joining me for my episode of More Mary. And of course, you can always hang out with me on the internet every other day of the week on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the things. The links are all down there, because I care about you. And I'll see you super soon. Okay, bye.
I think you may have, by the way, pointed to the bell on the other side when you did the subscribe and the bell. I don't know if you want to do it again. Because I think you pointed to the bell on this side.
Oh yeah, that's wrong.